Hello friends, WWE Review Guys here. I'm Scott, this is Chris. He's finishing his jelly beans, he might need a minute.
You can keep talking.
Okay. Today is Anyway, we're covering the January 15th ECW show, Tuesday night. This is the day after, I guess. Exciting show, were you excited? I know you don't like ECW, but I thought it was a really good night for ECW lovers one and all.
That's pretty good.
That was a good show. Oh, I was excited too to see the Edge's debut on ECW. We were actually standing, not to rub this in any more than we already have. We were standing in the arena, watching the show, and then they show all the little promos and stuff were on the big screen. So that's when we saw that Edge, the cutting edge on ECW tonight. That excited me. I thought that would excite you. You like Edge?
Pretty cool.
So the show began with the cutting edge. CM Punk. I had a funny feeling somebody was going to get hit. Because that's usually what happens when two wrestlers confront each other in the ring. Even under the most benign circumstances, somebody gets hit. But in this case, well, it happened. But for a long time, there's a lot of chatting, Edge saying, if Guerrero wants another challenge, we do challenge him. And Punk says, I'll beat Chavo any time he wants. And I'll even beat you. Of course, Edge didn't like that very much, so finally, Chavo comes out, they rematch, and then Chavo and Edge gang up on poor little Punk, right?
Yeah.
That was tough to see. Matching up, so now it's being set up. Chavo and Punk, the end of the night tonight, the main event. Which, whatever. We'll talk about that when it gets there, though. But you all remember my feelings from last week. I wasn't really, I wasn't terribly excited to see another Punk-Guerrero pairing, but here we go. The next match, Miz and Morrison, again, my feelings, Miz and Morrison, I kind of wish they'd split up, because I would like, again, they're not going anywhere. It's just the same thing over and over, and I'd like to see Morrison back being, being pushed along in his, solo drive or whatever. I guess they don't know what to do with either one of them, so they stuck them together. But nevertheless, but every week I think to myself, is this the week that we get to see Morrison alone? Never. But they fought the Highlanders, which is, we got to see the Highlanders before the show Monday night. They had some big name people doing little, I guess they're called the dark matches.
The Heat Show.
The Heat Show. Whatever the terminology is. But yeah, the Highlanders...
It's the Heat Show.
Whatever the terminology is, the Highlanders fought Hacksaw Jim and the little
Super Crazy.
That was a lot of fun to see. But it was Highlanders again, fairly straightforward match with the Highlanders and Miz and Morrison. Miz pins one of the Highlanders. The end. Then the next thing we saw was Kelly comes out in a little bathrobe, and I said, I wonder what's...
Alright, yeah, can I talk now?
I guess so. You're all of a sudden interested. Give me the jelly.
No, man.
Okay, go ahead.
I like Kelly in her bikini. That's pretty sweet.
Right. And so she announces that next week the show will be in high digital.
Yeah, I don't know how about that whole divas in high def.
High def.
That kind of scares me a little bit.
Well, they're just gonna remove their clothing and stand extremely close to the camera. How is that?
I'm just saying that they're so hot in the regular film that we're gonna see them in high def, and we're gonna see all their little.
No.
Some of them might be a little bit more ugly in high def. That's all I'm saying.
From what we saw Monday on the Raw show, all the divas were gorgeous in person. Now Snitsky was even more repulsive in person.
Big boobs. They had in person.
Right. So I think we're completely fine with the high definition.
Snitsky was ugly.
I think it'll be okay.
He got scared.
The next thing, after Kelly removes her clothing and announces there's going to be more clothing removing next week, then we saw our good friend Colin Delaney.
Hey, yay for Colin!
Yes. Now, I still like Colin. Chris is getting really sick of the Colin stuff. But, seeing this, I still say there's a payoff. There's something coming.
There damn well better be.
I think there will be. So Colin has to face Kane. Poor Colin, he's all bandaged up and wrapped up. And you would think they'd take it easy on the poor guy, but I guess, they don't.
Hell no.
Kane is not I guess he doesn't have he's not a tender-hearted kind of fella.
Nah.
So poor Colin loses again. I think we're going somewhere though. I think if we all get behind Colin Delaney.
I got your back, Colin.
Right. So
Whatever you need, buddy.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
You and Colin, you might be smaller than Colin Delaney. I'm just saying. I know you're not the. I don't think you'd help much. Next thing that we saw, Joey Styles gave a. Speaking of, okay, we'll get that then. Joey Styles gives an update on Hardy and Orton. You know, they got carried out on the stretchers, so we're all, what is it? What happened? Well, so Orton supposedly.
Wow! Surprise! They were fine.
No, Orton had head and neck trauma.
Yeah, head and neck trauma.
But Jeff Hardy staggered out of the hospital before being treated.
It's funny because I didn't see him anywhere.
Which
we went to the hospital to find him. We couldn't find him.
We didn't go to the hospital to find
him. They don't know that.
That would make us look stalkerish. We don't want to be scared. We don't want to scare the poor superstars who are out watching by the hordes. We don't want them to be afraid of us. So that's the update. You think it sounds bad for Hardy, right?
I don't know. I think
it shows how tough he is, how resilient.
It shows he's tough,
and how anti-authority he is.
They may set that up to like basically say down the road that he should have had himself evaluated because something could be wrong with him. I don't know. That's just what I think.
So shortly after that, we now see a Shelton Benjamin match, which I think is this the first legitimate match? I mean, it's Nunzio.
If you consider Nunzio legitimate.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad that Nunzio is kind of the go-to jobber nowadays. That's kind of sad.
Colin is the go-to jobber now.
Okay, well, anyway, Shelton fought Nunzio, which was a little more legitimate, I think, than random jobber matches, right?
Yeah.
And but Benjamin.
Still, I don't like the whole. We're still missing too many of the big ECW people, like Elijah Burke, Kevin Thorne, Tommy Dreamer, Balls Mahoney.
Right, and you would think that it would kind of be a Shelton. You want a title shot, then you have to come get through us first. So you think he'd work his way up the roster?
But he's not.
He's not though, and it seems like an odd way to bring somebody back, especially somebody who already has kind of a following, who's already had a big. He's already known.
Yeah.
But that's that. So Shelton won that one. Then final match: CM Punk, Chavo Guerrero. Punk was still hurt. His shoulder was still hurt from when they were slamming him early in the show.
Yeah.
And the one addition to this is that Edge comes out and helps call the match with Taz and with Joey. I think without Edge there, it would have been completely boring. Everything that I said last week, I echo this week. The two, Chavo and Punk, just have nothing. They just don't work well together. And so we needed Edge there to have his little commentary to help further his stories, and they talked about the whole Edge heads and everything like that. And that's so without Edge, no dice. But it was good with him in there. Then of course Edge helps Chavo by pounding Punk, so Chavo wins when Punk gets counted out. And that's that. So Chavo's apparently he's now going to get his. I
believe it's going to be next week.
Yeah, he's going to get his title shot. So hopefully something will happen and we'll never see these two in the ring together again, because I'm kind of tired of it. So that was that show. I do need to mention the Sternum count this week is 2. It's a whopping 2. Joey Styles only said it once. Taz said it the other time, and they were talking about Colin Delaney again. So
he broke his sternum.
He didn't break it. He just hurt it badly.
Probably broke. I don't know.
Maybe. He's a fragile soul.
He's only like 100 pounds.
No, he's probably at least 123.
I don't know.
Anyway, so that was the show. Not bad. I thought it was good. Still looking for next week for Morrison to be alone. Miz and Morrison, let's split them up. And hopefully next week Benjamin will find a worthy competitor. And let's hope something happens with Colin Delaney. I'm dying to see who he's going to beat. It's going to be somebody good. I know it has to.
I love you, Colin.
Yes, Colin, we're behind you. So that's ECW. So have a good evening, and we'll see you.
And we'll see you soon, everybody.
Bye.